YouTube, it's Yolanda at DryerBuzz. You guys know you have to bear with me while I get all these other streams up and running. But listen, here you get the early buzz. This is our selection this week for This Ain't That Book Club. This week, this month, we got to figure all of that out. So what I'm going to do here is I need to share this video out, and then I need to hit play down here. So let me go ahead and get this on all my social media. And you guys know on our YouTube channel, you're kind of like the behind the scenes because we record these live, but until we figure out how to get the subscribers in and all of that good stuff. And of course, I'm going to add, you know what I need to do? So I'm going to share that. But then also, I need to, let's see. Okay, we're back. I need to save this one. Let me see. I think I saved that one. I forgot that I need another device. Oh, I can do that on my desktop. So let me go back in here. Let me go back. Okay. Oh, hope I didn't lose the start of that. Okay. So a couple of things. YouTube, you guys are behind the scenes. Facebook is going live. Wait a minute. I need my filter. There's so much to do when you start your production that you don't get to like just, start it. So, hello. Let's see. Did I hit the button? How about we hit the button? And listen, always fight to my profile, learn a little bit more about me if you catch this video anywhere else. Hello, Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, you guys need to come up a little bit. Let me get that shot ready. I don't want to do too much here. Let's see. All right, and I dropped my book. Facebook hasn't seen the selection. YouTube has already seen the selection. So, you guys know, there she is. Look, because she got a notification. Our author, y'all, is on the Facebook one. So, did I just give away the secret? Well, I guess I gave away the secret. Well, I did say surprise when we were launching the video. So, bear with me, Facebook. You guys are going to hear a little bit of a noise while I send out a couple of invites because we want people to come in. And I really want you guys to check out the selection of This Ain't That Book Club. Plus, we need to make a couple of decisions. And now I have to sneeze. Oh, my God. Okay. And I ate a lot of cheese. Y'all know I ate a lot of cheese yesterday. I ate cream cheese as well. And the morning after cheese, I sneeze. How about that? The morning after cheese, I sneeze and so forth. But I wanted to just invite a couple of people in my top 20 because I know they will like and share and get us going on Facebook. And they don't mind being invited. They're not the kind that jump in your inbox and curse you out. You know how people, they send you a friend request because they want to spam you, but then they don't want to engage and participate. All right, welcome in, everybody. Hello, I see my dad on there watching. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to our regular filter so we can get started here. And I need to get something on here so that I can share this out and make sure it's live on DryerBuzz.com. If you're not multi-purposing now, I stick with one. I do one live, but I am now, guys, archiving this on YouTube. YouTube now has live. And so if you guys want to watch it on YouTube, if you are on Facebook, you don't have to close the video. Let me give you a little bit of a tip. I want y'all to keep this going. If you're watching this live or when you come in, there is a button at the top. Click on the screen. You can minimize the play, and it'll go to, if you're on your desktop, it'll go to the sidebar. If you are, we'll do that later. Where's my, I forgot I restarted my computer. I had to restart the computer today because I realized I didn't have my computer plugged into the backup system and the battery. If you don't have your computer, if you don't have a battery. And then as I was looking at the battery, I saw I had a couple other options. Hey, Michelle Spence-Jones. Michelle is the one that invited us out to that amazing tasting that you guys got to see Feed a Blogger go to. Gave me a table of 4 to take 3 exciting ladies, entrepreneurs, to experience the cuisine, the fare. Oh my God. As a matter of fact, what time y'all open? Wait a minute, it's Wednesday. Where am I supposed to be on Wednesday? I don't know where I'm supposed to be. But tomato basil and the caprese. Oh my God. Okay, that was, y'all already know it was delicious. All right, so a few minutes in, I want to go ahead and get this. Let me go to YouTube, and then I'm going to get into the selection. We're going to talk about, I have some questions about what you guys want to do with This Ain't That Book Club. I haven't put the book on yet because I got the book out of the basket. So I'm going to show, YouTube saw it, and if you saw it in the title, you saw it, but no, we don't have the book yet. So let me, and look on my Google, it says I'm live. All right, so let me go on this live because I need to put it on. let me mute that. I need to add it to, see it says add. I'm going to add it to DryerBuzz Live. So that way those that are over on DryerBuzz.com can see it in the sidebar. So that way, and if you haven't done that with your YouTube videos, and put them on your website, and I'll show you guys how I did that. If I go to DryerBuzz.com now, and when it comes, I'm trying to keep the book off the thing, y'all. So now you see Trump screaming about something, but also you see the video of me currently being live is right there. So those who are landed on any page, any and all pages at DryerBuzz.com, they can see it says watch DryerBuzz live, and it'll tell them that I'm currently live. And I want to make sure I got all my shots. Y'all YouTube, you all over here in my television, come on back over here with us. Okay, so as you can see in the screen, we have our basket of books, and this ain't that book club. We are growing our basket of books, and the last book that we looked at on This Ain't That Book Club was the Soap Maker's Cookbook, Ingredients for Success, which was by Zakia Ringo. Over my head here, you see my book. One of the 27 answers to create buzz, right? I gotta get in the shot right. Okay, so one of the things that I have told people is no matter what your business is, no matter what your industry is, people want to become your customer because it's something that resonates with them. The experience is all about the experience. You want to spend money. Hey, Shannon coming in from the West Coast. Shannon is an early riser, y'all. I just struggled out of bed here on the East Coast. Shannon is on the West Coast, and she already up and sharing videos and liking and supporting everybody. So thank you so much, Shannon. And the author is actually in here as well. But one of the things, I did a boot camp, and of course I did this based on my own experience. When you are in front of the public, when you have customers, you have this opportunity of premium customers. I might need to move that so I can keep the book in the shot. How about I get right there? There we go. Tell me the book is in the shot. After blogging for 16 years, actually helping to create the blogosphere, launching one of the first digital publications about Atlanta. And the question that people would ask me all the time, and I always ask you, what's the question you get all the time, right? And that question would be, how do I create buzz? How do I start blogging and so forth? So I took 27 articles from my website, DryerBuzz.com, because I started answering those questions. And somebody said, well, you answered, well, not somebody. Let me give Henrietta Turnquest came up to me at a George Fraser conference. And she said, you answered the same questions over and over, because she was watching and monitoring me because she was connected with the conference, and George Fraser had told them, listen, that young lady did something wonderful for us. I want everybody to pour something into her. So her way of pouring into me was to observe what I was doing. And she came up to me. She said, I'm watching. She said, and people ask you the same question all the time. You need to write a book. You need to write about it. So I didn't buy into the whole book idea at the time, because sometimes people will give you a gem or come to you as angels and whisper these wonderful, amazing things to you, and you can't do anything with it just then because you're not there yet. But don't ever feel like their words are lost on you, and don't ever feel like your words are lost on someone else. They just have to get to that point. So when she was saying book, I was thinking, bookstores are closing by the dozen. Why don't I just blog about it, right? So I started blogging these answers to these questions. And then I did some consulting with some other people along the way. And I was like, and I started researching. I was like, what if I was to write a book? And so it took me about 2 years to kind of research how to publish a book, how to become a publishing company and all that kind of stuff, because I didn't want to go through the myriad of rejections that a number of other authors had gone through. This ain't that book club. We can talk about this kind of stuff. And then lo and behold, after I did all these 2 years of research, thank God that my mother said, okay, take two more years with this creative stuff you're doing. And she took care of family while I went off to learn about publishing. But lo and behold, once I learned everything I could about publishing, came Amazon and Create Space. And all you had to do was upload the book, pick a cover, and actually pick a cover. This is the original cover of the book. So if you have this particular copy of 27 Answers, notice it looks like Twitter and social media and all of that. This is the original copy of that. And then I was in the airport one day. Remember, I said, don't ever feel like your words are lost. And I'm walking through the airport and I see all these little bookstores. Like, wait a minute. This is where people are buying books. They're buying books in the airport. They're buying books in non-traditional spaces. You know, I'm sure the community bookstore and the library has changed, but people are buying books everywhere. And I stood there and I looked at all the books and I said, well, which of these books grabbed me? Why did I stop in the airport and notice these books? and I looked at the covers and I took snapshots of the cover and I sent those covers to a marketing person and I said, how could we transform my book? And this was one of the many designs that was sent to me, and boom, it clicked. All of it. You know how you watch the movies and you see that quick flashback where everything kind of flashes before you? And I went right back to those words, because every time I would have these amazing opportunities to get in front of large audiences, I never had anything to sell. I was always trying to drive traffic to the website. And at that time, nobody really knew what a website was. Nobody even still today, it's still hard driving traffic to your website unless you're publishing something salacious or hate or anything like that, right? And so I was like, but I kept telling people around me and my team, we need a product. So then, of course, this was available as a digital download, and it came in the ebook and your Kindle and all those kind of things. Pray for Vegas. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Don't get me. This ain't that video. This ain't that book club. So after I said I need a premium product, I have my web reader, I have my customers, my readers that are reading these articles on DryerBuzz.com, and then I also had my convenience customers that said, well, I don't have time to go to the website. Is there a way I can download it or print it and so forth? So then that was another level of publishing your digital books, your ebooks and so forth. But I still needed that premium product, people who wanted to sign the book. Same way when Zakia did hers and she was selling on her website, I said, don't overlook those who want a signed copy. And so Zakia did a virtual book signing and sold out her books. And so waiting for, I'm about to show you guys. Well, okay, let me go ahead and show you the book. So this ain't that book club, but this is our selection for this week. We got to decide, I guess, a week. We're going to spend a week on there. And let me tell y'all something. I love this person right here. This person right here has bought second to Zakia. See, remember I said people remember, who said it? I didn't say it. People remember how you made them feel. And it's funny because these are the two people that have probably bought more answers than anybody. But I say that to say these are the two people that have bought more 27 answers than anybody. But look at the results that they're having. Look at the results. When I say your book is your business card, if you're still out there just handing out a business card may not get you the call to action. You can't put enough information on a business card to help people get through the buying process or the process to give you money, because people need research. And if you are still telling people to just go to your website and they're getting lost, because when you send people to the internet, and I need to grab a copy of 27 answers to have in this shot too. Well, there it is. Okay. When you are still sitting out there, bring Zakia Ringo on camera. Zakia, let me know if you can come on camera and talk a little bit about this. But when you are still handing a person your business card and you're trying to get them to your website, and they go, or you send them to your social media, they're getting lost. You're sending them down a wormhole. But when you keep them in an intimate space, like say, for instance, Shannon should have a catalog. Shannon does every essence of a t-shirt out there, marketing, branding. She's got another lane that she's in as far as self-care and so forth. If you really want to call to action, put it in a book. Now, mind you, look at the books. These are mini books, and they're mini books because they stand in with your business card. If you're not putting your business card, working day and night, I know, right? If you're not putting your business card or a thank you card, I have here, my next task is to write out my thank you cards for those that sent so much love and support when we lost Mama Buzz. So that's another task I've got to do. I've got to get these thank you cards out. Okay, but if you're not putting that in a book, and in that book have your full-on call to action. Zakia Ringo has a mini book, right? We call it a mini book because I think each of them are probably just over 100 pages or more. No, let me see. This one is 46 pages, and this one is 35 pages, and I think mine is, I think I probably may have made it to 75. But you want it like this because, one, it's at a price point. It's at a price point where you can sell it as a premium product if you layer it with your services. That's if you have customers like she has soap customers. So she can reimburse. I'll do it this way. She can reimburse the cost of printing a book. Our book selection for this month, she can layer this in her travel services and reimburse the cost of the book. Or given the opportunity to get in front of larger audiences, can have a book signing, which creates buzz, because you read that in 27 Answers to Create Buzz. Zakia went to a conference, a business conference, and ended up talking about her book, ended up on the front row of an Oprah keynote, and in her book is an Oprah quote. So guess who her book went home with? Okay, now imagine giving Oprah your business card versus giving Oprah your book that has her quote that you signed, and hopefully Zakia got Oprah's. I don't think she got a chance to sign because it had to be passed along. But that's how you create buzz, right? Yes, the Oprah Winfrey. She was able to she won a contest to sit on the front row, then to sit there with her book with Oprah thing, and they were like, cool, passing that along, right? So that's the opportunity. So Zakia, I'm gonna put Zakia's book back in our book basket, which goes right here. These are books that I grab and while I'm working, I look for. Okay, so let's get back to this. Ain't that book club? But we started out during the summer because we took a hiatus. You know now where I was mentally this summer and what we were dealing with Mama Buzz. And I asked if you guys, YouTube, thank you so much. Somebody is actually up there. YouTube, you're getting the behind the scenes as we do our Facebook Live, because I'm so tired of trying to archive these videos. And you guys are watching on DryerBuzz.com up there as well. So again, like I said, these are the two people who bought the most 27 answers, and look at the results that they have. Look at the results that they have. Their books are published. And this particular one, this ain't that book club. I was about to get dressed because on Wednesdays I would get dressed and I would go to a bookstore and we would select a book. And since I had to redo my bookshelves when we downsized, and I have these crates and crates and crates of books, I was trying to figure out where to put books. I'm just doing like stacks of books all over the place because I love everywhere I look. I love to see books. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to the store to buy another book. I have friends that have books. I have customers that have books. I have people that have bought 27 answers that have books. And I was looking for a particular book to go. I have a stack of books on the table next to the sofa. And I was with Dalai Lama, Ayala Van Zandt, Forgiveness and Love and all of that. And I was going through a stack of books and I saw this one. And let me see, always go to 27 That's Create Buzz Guide. It's filled with so much wisdom and insight. Thank you so much. And let me just shout out you guys that are coming on, because I have so many thoughts going in my head. And I do apologize. Greg Walker is on. Greg is coming to Atlanta to speak in November, right? Please don't let me forget. Hi, Ruth. Let me see. Greg says, love your Facebook Live. Hi, Carolyn Simmons. It said hello to Shannon. Let me see. And I know our author, Tracy Bryant, is not the author, but Demetria Bryant is our author. And I know she is also in her profession is teacher. So she's probably trying to watch and keep an eye on y'all kids as well. Carla Mitchell, let me see, and Dr. Henry Carter. So the thing now is your book is your business card. Okay, because people want as much information on you. They want they want something you are to resonate with them. You need a book, and a mini book, just like a catalog, right? Sharing some experiences, talking about your product, no matter what you sell, no matter what you offer. Let's say, for instance, Dr. Henry Carter, he could have a mini book. Because let me tell you, especially when it comes to pitching business or pitching for organizations, a lot of times you can hand them a book as well. They're not going to toss this. They're going to toss your business card in the pile. They're going to toss your flyer. They're going to, all of that's going to get lost. It's not going to speak to them. They may not clearly and precisely understand your call to action. How many of us get home, we got that stack of business cards, we're looking at, And see, I don't even have a stack of business cards around me. I hand it off to an assistant. And you're trying to figure out, what did I talk about with this person? You know, sometimes they've written a little note on the card or whatever, but you never really know truly if they follow up the call to action unless you get an email, unless you get a phone call. But the book is going on the bookshelf. Demetria handed me this book. Signed, you know, mine are signed copies. There we go. And she says to Yolanda, if you only knew how much I appreciate you, truly an inspiration. Enjoy your journey. Remember, the journey awakens to the soul. Love, Demetria. Demetria Bryant, escape, discover, rejuvenate. Let travel be your cure. Her business is a travel company, and I've tagged it Harmony Travel Getaways. For those of you that are planning your destination weddings, family reunions, she spends her summers in Mexico, traveling and touring all of these amazing resorts and islands and foods. And she's a great supporter. And she's also right here in Douglasville. Let me see. Your book is your business card. So think about publishing. You can, when you talk about, look, when you look at the price of business cards, that's how much it costs to print your mini book. Okay, say that I'm getting ready to go to an event this weekend. I can go and order a case of those books as opposed to a case of business cards, a box of business cards. Or I can up level that and I can reimburse that price, because it's not a lot of pages, but it is a lot of valuable information that people are going to simply store and keep, right? I'm not a soap maker, but when I read Zakia's book, it's ingredients for success. I can apply that. So what we're going to do, I have not, this is going to be our first read of Escape, Discover, Rejuvenate. Now, yeah, she gave me this book some time ago, but when do I need it? I need it right now. I need it right now. I'm not running around the house trying to find her business card. I'm not running around the house trying to remember her name. I have this beautiful, bold cover that reminds me that I need to escape, discover, and rejuvenate. It was right there when I was looking for my Dalai. I had her book right next to the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. So when I grabbed my Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu book on Finding Joy, what was right next to it? Escape, discover, rejuvenate. I put the girl's book next to the Dalai Lama. Your book is your business card. All right, first read. Let me give you a little bit of the back of the book. I am completing 2 mini books, Right Size Your Life. And Henry is the author of Who Moved My Nuts? And squirrel nuts, not the other kind, okay? So, right, is that yours, Henry? Make sure I have the right one. And you can get an interview of that one. Okay, so anyway, here's Demetria. Here's the back of her book. Let me give you some up there on YouTube. This is the back of the book. And she is a travel guide. She has definitely, I want you to go. As a matter of fact, she's had a transformation. So go and watch that. So this is Let Travel Be Your Guide. One of the things that before I went into caregiver mode with my mother, I was getting ready to travel. I was ready to go, waiting on passport update. Let's go. And I thought, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to put that on hold and get ready. I thought it would be 5 years. Okay, I'll give this caregiver thing, the time it needs. I'm not going there, y'all. We're not going there today. We are trying to get beyond, not beyond. We're trying to heal. I don't want to get beyond. C-Rob, hey, C-Rob. All right, so now I said the other day, I said, okay, it's time to travel. I was so afraid to travel. I was so afraid while in caregiver mode to make any kind of commitments. I wouldn't accept any speaking engagements. I wouldn't let anybody put anything on the calendar. And people didn't understand that I was saying, no, I'm not going anywhere. I gotta be right here. And now, of course, hindsight is 2020, and people are saying, oh, now we understand. I was not going to be away from my family if my family needed it. My family gave me time to write a book, time to launch a blog, time to become famous, time to become a household name. I needed to give family that time. I needed to get back in the kitchen, cooking meals, taking care of mom, and the things that I have done over this year in caregiver mode, losing my mind, and amongst other things. This new patch of gray hair that popped up last week, a whole damn patch, y'all. Not a strand, but a whole patch. I feel like I got Obama hair right about now. I don't know if it was going through what we went through with Mama or Trump. I don't know. But look, it's a whole patch of gray. And I actually, like I felt, let me tell y'all, that scene in the Poltergeist when the lady, after saving her daughter, ends up with that strand of gray hair and then she's getting ready to put the dye on there. I bought the dye and I was walking down the hall and that scene from Poltergeist came in. And I was like, I don't know that I want to color my hair right now, because if anybody knows, when you experience trauma, it comes through your hair, and I was thinking that, so maybe I should just cut it all off and start over. But then I started liking the gray, because I'm like, shoot, I wonder if Golden Corral will give me that senior discount. So I may just let it go, because Golden Corral is kind of expensive, okay, when you're trying to reimburse all your expenses and you want to eat those vegetables every day, because Golden Corral is pretty much one of the few places in the community you can go and get vegetables. So I'm like, I might keep it. Maybe I can convince them to give me the senior discount. You need a senior discount at Golden Corral. Y'all are expensive. And don't nobody eat before 4:00 unless I want to get the senior discount. See, in order to get the seniors eat early. And I want to eat 7 or 8 o'clock, and they be like full on price. Anyway, this ain't that book club. Okay, so this is the first read. We're going to look inside, escape, discover, rejuvenate. That's where I am. So this is why I say, don't ever feel like what you're doing, the work that you're doing, the messages that you're putting out there, don't ever feel like it's lost on people. What you have to be is consistent. You have to be consistent with your message. Don't just put it out there and say, oh, well, nobody liked it. No, keep it going. Because when she wrote the book, when I bought the book, when she signed the book to me, I didn't know its true value. But today, knowing that, seeing her constant posting, seeing her consistent posting, not constant, her consistent posting, her consistent travel, seeing Demetria Bryant always doing what she says she does. We use our discounted to go to, I know, right? Seeing Demetria Bryant always doing what she says she does, I was then able to go right back to it. So this week on This Ain't That Book Club, which we do on Wednesdays, we always try to select a read on Wednesdays. And if it's really good, it lasts, we let it last. And you know that this is probably number 20. I got to go back and count. I've lost count of the books. And here is my book right here, 27, that's to create buzz. And like I said, Demetria is one of my customers that has probably purchased more answers than anybody, including consultations. I love Demetria. Demetria liked to consult over lunch at our favorite restaurant and so forth. But I'm really excited about this one. For those of y'all, I think she's a New Yorker, so there's some New York stories up in here. And I don't think she'll mind. Well, this ain't that book club. We don't read from cover to cover. We don't read from beginning. But let's find out. Let's go through. What we will do is go through the table of contents and find out why she wrote the book. What she wrote the book is dedicated for everyone seeking a place to escape, to those who are in the process of discovering, to all who are rejuvenating. It's dedicated, copyright 2015. Acknowledgments. First, let me start by saying that there is no doubt in my mind that my parents truly loved my brother and I. It was life that got in the way, truly a sign of the times. Thanks, Mom, Laverne, and Dad, Jesse, for exposing me to what the world may be like behind many closed doors. Thanks, Raheem, Uncle Victor, and Uncle Larry. She got uncles, y'all, for helping me keep my sanity when you didn't even know the chaos. Special dedication to my daughter, Anissa. I hope she says that right, because I have a best friend named Anissa, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, for being so awesome. Now, in our table of contents, and we know we love a book that we can pick it up, grab it off the shelf, and go anywhere in the book. We love a book that reads like a blog. We love a mini book, because this ain't that book club. We don't do novels up in here. We ain't got time. I'm a blogger. I need a book that reads like a blog, right? And this is one of those. In her table of contents, I'll go through the table of contents, and it says, Section 1, Escape. Under the dining room table, That's a fascinating. She told me that story, and when she told me that story, I said, now you know somebody just put out a movie, so you better go a movie that sounds like that. You better go get your book out there. That Under the Dining Room Table speaks to a lot of us in my generation. Some of us hid under the dining room table because there was something fabulous happening in the room. Some of us hid under the dining room table because there was something horrific happening in the room. We've got to learn to bridge the gap. We've got to learn to understand that each of us have that story, that each of us have a story, that something is going on with all of us. And somebody said, think about Vegas. Things like Vegas happen, just like take a knee. When we refuse to listen to somebody else's story, people want to be seen and people want to be heard, and they act out accordingly. My way of acting out of wanting to be seen and heard is just simply to go live on YouTube, to go live on Facebook, to tweet all day, to update my Facebook all day, to talk about Donald Trump and why he sounded like his mama was Miss Hilly on The Help. You're a godless woman. You know, I can do that, but there's somebody out there that feel like they can't turn on their camera, that nobody's going to hear them, that nobody's going to see them, and they may act out in another way. And so we get to this point, you know, where we have great people like Leonard and Dr. Carter who are trying to get to these people so they can help these people. They can't help these people because there are other people that keep shining them, that keep telling them their voice is not important. And so they can't be helped. They can't be served, and they end up acting out. Okay, so, and look, Demetria brought that out of me. Okay, chapter 2, an entrepreneurial spirit. Chapter 3, chocolate, the big break. 4, goodbye vending machine. 5, mirror, mirror. 6, the great escape. And then she goes on to her section 2. And you guys were looking at our book selection, Escape, Discover, Rejuvenate. Let travel be your guide. I've tagged the author. I've tagged her Facebook page if you want to get a copy of this book and read it for yourself or go along with us. This ain't that book club, but we are reading. Okay, Discover, section 2, the world above the dining room table. This girl got some good stuff in here, y'all. The bug that wouldn't go away, my love for Morocco, the travel opportunity returns. And then she's got section 3, rejuvenate, the meaning of it all. Okay, so I'm gonna, and I normally don't start from the beginning, but I want to bring Tina Greer on. I want to start from the beginning because I want you guys to know this amazing woman. And this is what let me tell you, and there are a lot of people out there that are in the, I need to, okay, first battery warning, and I've got that battery one going as well. So we're not gonna go long. Anyway, your book is your business card. This ain't that book club. We explore books that we love, true books. We love books that read like blogs. We don't necessarily read novels, although we are starting to receive novels. And we spend about a week on the book, and each Wednesday I'm gonna come on and we're gonna select another book. And depending on how the book is impacting us, we may stay with the book a second week. This ain't that book club. There are no rules. So if you have a book or a friend with a book, get them to send their book, okay? Or catch me out and give me a signed copy. Oh, hell, I'll buy one. I don't mind. I'll help you reimburse your expenses. I don't mind. All right, so what I was going to say is a lot of times we forget that people want our story and that your story will help you sell your product. People will choose her travel. People might choose her travel agency simply because they know that she needed to rejuvenate because she's been through what they've been through. So yeah, she's going to tell you to go on a destination. She's that person that will be able to listen to what you've been through. Like she knows I've been through the caregiver and I got this passport over here that needs some stamps in it, right? But she knows that based on what I've been through, I might not be able to go to a loud environment, right? Just imagine me having, this is why you need a travel agent, right? Let's say that what I had gone through with my mother, and I wanted a quick trip to Vegas, and then I said, oh, well, let me go to this concert. Now I'm recovering from trauma, and I go to Vegas, and then there's twice the 10 times, 100 times the trauma. That's why you need a travel agent, because then a travel agent is going to find out why you need to travel, where you need to travel. See, if I when I get ready to go and I go to my travel agent, she's gonna know I need something tranquil. I don't need to see a lot of people, because one thing about it, when you go through trauma and people keep coming up to you over and over, now everywhere I go, somebody that hasn't seen me wants to say they're sorry. They're sorry about what we've been through, and they want to know how I feel. And that, not understanding, that's gonna take me right back into it, and that happens, right? And people because people don't know. Not I don't want people to ignore it, but meet me where I am. You know, if I'm laughing, laugh with me. If I'm sad, don't be sad with me, but just allow me to have that feeling. So this is why you need a travel agent. Okay, like I want to go get on the Amtrak, and I'm getting ready to I want to take that cross country Amtrak to see the fall foliage, right? But if I'm going through my travel agent, she's going to know, well, you might not need to roll to New Orleans because that's going to be lit. Why don't you go north and do it that way, where the train ride might be some business people, or, some, people going on weekend trips, quiet. Only your travel agent is going to know that. And by using a travel agent, you don't have to go out here and check all these 50 million websites and try to get the best price, because they got the best prices deals. And most of the time, the travel agent has been where you're going, and they've been through what you've been through. So that's why you need a travel agent. Okay, so first read, This Ain't That Book Club's selection this week: Escape, Discover, Rejuvenate, Let Travel Be Your Guide. Is by Demetria Bryant. She is tagged on this post. All right, so and here's why she does what she does, because you guys are at that point. You keep saying that in order to become somebody's customers, you got to know, like, and trust them. This is why you should know, like, and trust Demetria Bryant as a travel agent. This is chapter 1, Under the Dining Room Table. I can remember as far back as 9 years old, visiting my Aunt Marion in Flatbush, y'all New Yorkers, an area in Brooklyn, New York. The burnt red brick 2-story building plus a basement on the busy corner of Beverly Road and Bedford Avenue was a familiar place to me because of our frequent bi-monthly Sunday dinner visits. The smell of a delicious meal would creep under the crack of the door. I would run to open the black iron gate for my parents and baby brother, and then shoot up the steps to the front door. They probably thought I was rushing to ring the doorbell, but I was really in a rush to catch the first sniff of another great meal. Let's see what's on tonight's menu. Macaroni and cheese, fresh baked rolls, fresh string beans, and what? Do I smell homemade chocolate cake? As my aunt and uncle opened the door, I would quickly give a hug and a kiss and skip past the living room, dining room, and zip into the kitchen. Yep, I was right. Everything I anticipated was roasted chicken. Guys, we're reading after yet another meal. I hope you guys can see that. I've been keeping it in the screen, right? Okay. After yet another meal that would immediately cause my uncle and dad to fall asleep. Not a seat at the table. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. I skipped something. I assumed my position at the best spot in the house, in the dining room table. Let me start over. I'm trying to get the book in and I messed it up. While you're reading my book, there she is, our author of the week, Demetria Bryant, guys. Okay, after another meal that would immediately cause my uncle and dad to fall asleep, I assumed my position at the best spot in the house, the dining room table. No, not a seat at the table, but actually under the dining room table. The perfect hiding, sitting, lying down spot, as the lace ivory colored tablecloth draped perfectly over the table to about 16 inches above the floor. I positioned myself for this evening's television entertainment. I knew I had to get through the news first, but I was patient. Time to dream. As 7 p.m. chimed on the wall clock, my aunt would lift the tablecloth, give me a look and wink her eye, letting me know that it was okay for me to turn the station. As I crawled on my knees, I quickly turned the knob on the floor model console color television to Mutual of Omaha Wild Kingdom. That's when it happened. My mind would transcend, and I felt like I was actually physically in the location. The smell of the air was crisp, fresh. The blueness of the ocean was just so unreal, especially since the ocean at Coney Island, where we lived, was a dark shade of brown. Next, the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau. Girl, see, that's why she became, see, Tracy, I was that person that wanted to watch the news, and thus I became a blogger. She was that person waiting for the news to go off to watch Jacques Cousteau, and she became a travel guide. Go ahead, girl. Oh, how wonderful it felt putting on all the deep sea equipment. It was really heavy. And falling backwards from the boat into the deep depths of the sea. It was at an early age that I knew I wanted to not only travel the world, but also experience it. The evening finale was The Wonderful World of Disney, and I mean the classic Disney films like Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Pollyanna, Mickey Mouse, and Friends, and much more. The combination of a belly filled with good food and the best television shows on Sundays at Auntie's house was phenomenal. Then the clock struck 9 p.m. Can I keep reading, Demetrius, since you're on with us? Can I keep reading chapter 1, guys? We don't, one of the things, section 1 is called The Escape. One of the things with the books, we don't read them from cover to cover, and I won't share too much of them with you, but I do want to entice you to support these authors as we go through, but I want to keep going. Can I keep going? And she's on also, okay, because I want you to know I want you to know why some of us need to escape and discover and rejuvenate. And I want you to continue reading. I want you to go over to her page. I want you to get a copy of this book. And I also want you to book her as your travel agent. No, 9 o'clock was like the bewitching hour because that meant it was time to go home. Leaving my world under the dining room table was not good because it meant that not only did I have to leave the world behind me, it also meant preparing for the car ride home. My aunt would call me to her bedroom to say goodbye, which was her code word for here's some money for you to save or spend any way you like. When my brother got old enough, he was called to the bedroom to say goodbye also. He eventually learned that the bedroom in Auntie's home was a sanctuary. It was the car ride home that felt like a living hell. As we said our goodbyes to my aunt and uncle, I would often dread the car ride home. It would start off like this. Mom, would you turn around? No, Mom would turn around and ask if I had a good time. And of course, I would say yes. The next statement was, well, how much money did your aunt give you? In my younger years, it would be $5. But as I got older, the amount would be $20. When my brother was old enough, my aunt would give him money also. This was a nice chunk of money to buy whatever I wanted, but unfortunately, I never had a chance to enjoy it. After the question of how much did I get, after the question of how much did I get was the next statement of, let me hold it for you. Hold nothing, it was just gone. I didn't know it was gone in my younger years, but as I got older, I noticed the stop we would make on the way home and began to realize it was a place I didn't like. The Weed House. And it was a kid, Demetri, I want to go on. Oh my God. Okay, we're just gonna give you chapter 1. Because it sets up the book. And look, y'all, so much. Your book is your business card. Your book is your business card. This is why you need a travel agent. This is why you need to escape, discover, and rejuvenate. This is why you need to do business with people, as y'all say, you know, like and trust. Because she knows how to get you through. Because when you go and look at her page and you see how she is able to get through the day, the life, working with y'all kids, and spending her summers in Mexico and traveling all around the world. She knows why it's important to travel and go take those Alaskan cruises. See, you want to know how people are surviving. This is how people are surviving, and this is what people are surviving. Can I go on? I think she said I can go on. Okay, the Weed House. We're not going to do chapter 2. This is all chapter 1. This is the start of the book, y'all. Okay, but we got all week to explore. So go now. She's tagged to the page. Her page is on there, and get the book. Okay. Weed House. I am sure that just about every neighborhood had that spot. You know, the one that had a constant flow of traffic all hours of the day and night. Cars would pull in, stay a hot moment, and then roll out. Yeah, the Wheat House, where plastic bags of goodies can be purchased in the value of tray, $3, nickel, $5, dime, $10, and $20. I didn't realize it stopped when I was young, but as I got older and my money was being held, I learned to hate that stop on the way home from Auntie's house. As I matured, I realized why going under the dining room table was so important to me. It was my way to escape from reality. Those television shows helped me to realize the magnitude of the world and that life was more than just living and could also be experiencing to the fullest extent of what you want and value. This is excellent. I can't wait to own it. I'm telling you, go get it, Carla. Where did I want to travel to? Everywhere. Where did I want to go? When did I want to go? All the time. Why do I want to go? Why not? The world has so much to offer. Was there any place I didn't want to visit? Yes. The Weed House. Oh, yeah, as y'all call it today, Trap House. I mean, the people that went in and out looked like normal people. People in business suits, moms with their kids who made them wait outside. As I'm going inside to see a friend. Teenagers, black people, white people, young people, old people, on and on and on. To me, it was the norm world. What you mean you didn't experience this? Lucky you. How long did the Sunday routine from my dream world travel to the Weed House last? Forever. How long is forever? Up until 6 years ago, 2010, because my parents' lifestyle was so instilled in me that both my first and third marriages had very similar circumstances. The difference was that as a child, I was able to hide and dream under the dining room table. But as an adult, I either had to play the game and accept or learn how to escape again because I was too damn big to fit under the dining room table and Auntie was no longer with us. That's just chapter 1. In her book, Escape, Discover, Rejuvenate. Chapter 2, she goes on an entrepreneurial spirit, talks about growing up in New York and the dinners at the aunt's house, the friends in summer camp. Avon, she talked about Avon, as I already mentioned before. Time went on, the Sunday visits continued. Let me hold the money and stop at yet another house. On the way home, I was confused because my definition of hold was totally different than my parents. I would justify it more as take, right? I needed to make some money on the side somehow, since obviously I would never be able to keep what was given to me as gifts. Yes, the money went from Sunday visits to birthdays to Christmas because the need for weed expanded to harder street drugs like cocaine. As a student in high school, I learned quickly that if it wasn't something that was nailed down, my dad would surely enough take it to where pawn shops and the streets. Since weed now included cocaine, a very addictive and expensive drug, something tragic happened when I was a junior in high school. Y'all gonna read about that on page 12. The neighbor next door. Now, you know what, and we talk about the neighbor right now, especially thanks so much YouTube for hanging on. And I guess I need to watch my battery warnings. We talk about the neighbor next door, y'all, because a lot of what's going on in America could stop based on the neighbor next door. Like, I would have loved for the Vegas neighbor not to be on the news 3 days later talking about, yeah, there was something strange going on over there. Or the brother saying, okay, he just snapped. He snapped. What led to the snap? You know, if we could find our way to saying things prior to something happening, we wouldn't end up in a lot of these places. If we could go to the neighbor for help, for at least a thing. And I was at a conference with police officers, and they were saying a lot of the calls that they get, if the person could just go next door to the neighbor, half those calls will probably stop. Okay. And I'm just going to give y'all just a little couple of paragraphs here. Chapter 3, Chocolate, the Big Break. I don't want you to think that everything was negative in my life and absolutely horrible, because it wasn't, or was it? Let's see. There were times I needed to eat dinner at a friend's house because I either didn't like what my mom cooked or I was still hungry. We had food, it just wasn't what I wanted all the time. That's normal, isn't it? However, there was these cold winter months that were less desirable, especially when there was no heat in the home. I remember my mom fussing at my dad because he either spent all of the money or didn't pay a bill, usually the electricity or oil for the heaters, or sometimes both. In the winters, the house was so cold that the walls would sweat. We would move the furniture from the walls to prevent them from getting wet and moldy. On most days, it was warmer outside than inside. It was so cold, like chills down to the bone. That's in her chapter 3. I want to see about chocolate. Chocolate creations, big time money. Go girl. These New York, y'all better learn from these New Yorkers, because honey, they don't survive some stuff. And this stuff that we're going through in Atlanta, if you ain't got a New Yorker as a friend, you ain't gonna survive, honey. Because I'm about to read here. She got chocolate creations equal big time money. My passion to make chocolate, girl, go on with your bad self. My passion to make chocolate must have been inspired by God. He must have been looking down on me from heaven. Y'all, let me tell you, honey, Demetria had a tasting. And she would pair up food with travel. So she could talk about travel and have us tasting. Okay, what did I love at that tasting? Okay, the hustle is real. I'm telling you. Okay, wait a minute. See, this is when you know the author, when you're buying books of people you know, they come on the stream and they just tell you stuff. You need a New York friend. In my Cat Williams voice, get you a New York friend, honey. Because a New York friend done been, New York went through what Atlanta's going through, 100 years ago? So they got the solution, and then all moved to Atlanta. So get you a New York friend. All right. Let's see. Okay. He must have been looking down on me from heaven. Every time we left my aunt's house, birthday, Christmas, money was taken from me. But God finally decided to answer my prayers as a young adult. I worked at a large banking company in Long Island with almost 2,000 employees. So I felt there would be no interest in buying chocolate. Now, I am not talking about a typical candy bar that can be purchased from the vending machine for 50 cents. I am talking about creations in an era before personal computers, YouTube, Instagram, and other social media platforms. I had to learn the craft of chocolate by asking questions. I do recall finding some library books about making candy, but not to the extent of what I wanted to create. With a plan in hand, I made my first trip to the candy store. I felt like a kid in a toy store. The candy shop had all of the supplies and chocolate wafers that I could ever possibly use. My first plan of attack was to get my coworkers to buy and fall in love with my candy. So I made chocolate lollipops. It was easy to make and did not cost a lot in supplies. Since the Christmas holiday was around the corner, which it is right now, y'all, I decided to make snowflake milk chocolate lollipops and Christmas trees. The supplies required were 2 molds, lollipop sticks, plastic bags. She did something. That's them plastic bags. Go on, girl. Okay. Ribbon and, of course, chocolate. I purchased 5 pounds of chocolate and 3 pounds of white chocolate for a total cost of $22.50. I got to sneeze, y'all. This cheese. Okay. 2 nice sized lollipops easily fit into 1 plastic candy bag. So I priced them at 2 lollipops for $1. Next was trying to figure out how to get the word out that I had homemade chocolate lollipops for sale. I discovered the way was to give some out to the movers and shakers in the building. You know, these people who know everyone and their business. I had 2 people in mind, so I asked them to try the lollipops. Both people devoured the chocolate in minutes, and then the word got out. And one day, I made $15 in sales. I was completely sold out and had pre-orders for my next batch, which I made the same evening, delivering their lollipops, and made $125. Now, most young adults would have taken the money and gone to the mall, but that is not what I wanted to do. Instead, I went back to the candy shop, purchased a case of chocolate wafers, 45 pounds, a double boiler pot, lollipop sticks, bags, a roll of ribbon, another mold that was a solid stackable Christmas tree, build the solid tree shapes on top of each other, and affix you. The girl is telling y'all how to make the stuff up in here. Okay, New Yorkers were born to hustle. Yes. Okay. Total purchase of $175, which was slightly over my profit, but I had a good feeling about sales. I made the Christmas tree lollipops and solid chocolate trees for the whole weekend, and the end results was phenomenal. First, remember, I Remember that I reinvested the money into purchasing more products. A 45-pound case of chocolate is a lot and very heavy to carry. But what I was about to learn was how much it would yield. The sales for the lollipops and trees total $974. You don't need to be a mathematician to realize the huge profits made. And guess what? I only used a quarter of the case of chocolate wafers. And Valentine's Day, one of the biggest chocolate days of the year, was less than 2 months away. The hustle mood was definitely in full gear as I wanted to do more than just lollipops for Valentine's Day. And that was page 15. And this ain't that book club. We're going to get ready to stop, you guys. Like I said, we don't give you guys the whole of the book, and we don't read it all because I want you to read it. Hey, Tiny Quarterman, how are you? But she does here have a little section in the middle of part 1 called Setting Goals, and I just see a little bit of, and then as I said, the battery one, so we do need to get up out of here. But she's got some goals right there. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Goal number 1, keep the momentum up. Whenever anyone asked what I was doing for the weekend, I told them I was creating chocolate, but did not tell them what it was. Goal number 2, continue learning about chocolate. Goal number 3, develop a business plan. Goal number 4, learn about marketing. Get your book, 27 Essence to Create Buzz. Goal number 5, make sure I have a good hiding spot so the money wasn't taken. Thank you so much. Demetria O'Brien is on this. She's on the video. She's tagged in the video. And this is her book. And as I said, your book is your business card. This is when you put your business card in a book and give that to a customer, that's something they're going to keep. She gave me this book probably maybe a year. Please tell me I hadn't had this book a year. But guess what? I don't know what I did with her business card. I don't know what I did with any of her travel flyers. But I took this book, and when I went to go pull out my book, I have a book over here that I just put on my table by the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. And when I pulled it off the shelf, guess what was right next to it? Her book. Okay, to December. She said she gave me the book in December 2016. Okay, and she told me all about it. And the part that I read to you guys, I think she even let me do a pre-read about the dining room table. But does that mean that I didn't do anything with it? Does it mean that it was lost on me? And I think she let me read it before she printed. So you see her follow through. You see her follow through. And I said that now Zakia's book was our last one. Both of these people, and I didn't do this because they are my customer. I just realized when I was talking about the both of them, the thing that they have in common is that the two of them are the ones who bought the most 27 Answers. Okay, they bought the book, they bought the time with me on the phone, they asked questions, and they follow through. Their follow through game is important. Hey, James Adams of Chicago, my mentor that tells me, Yolanda, you either lead, you follow, or you just get out the way. And I chose to lead. Okay, I chose to lead. But I'm so proud of this. And when I needed it, now mind you, I was getting ready to sit down and read the Dalai Lama, and I done put the Dalai Lama book over there, and I put Demetria's book in here because part of my escape was part of my escape. Her escape was going under her dining room table. Part of my escape from the caregiver life was going to her Facebook page and looking at all the wonderful pictures of her traveling around the world, spending her summers in her, not vacation. She didn't just go down there for a weekend or a week. The girl goes every summer. Okay, spends the summer. And I noticed this year she was a little hesitant about coming back. And I'm looking at her Facebook page. I'm like, okay, y'all, is Demetria coming back? It's because she done extended the trip and extended the trip and extended the trip. I said, one of these years, Demetria ain't coming back. I'm just saying. But she came back because her other profession, along with travel, is that she pours into your kids as a teacher. school was starting back, and she was real hesitant. We noticed that consultation, and she took the boot camp. She took 27 Answers boot camp, which I do need to do another one. She didn't want to come. We know you. We could tell. We could tell from your Facebook page you didn't want to come back. Because I was like, okay, y'all, if Demetria extend this trip one more time, we're going to have to go down there and get her. Because she acted like it. And she empty nesting too. She didn't really have no reason to come back. But she came back because she loves what she does. So I want to thank you. I love this book. I love the tales in it. I love all of it. And even though it's only 45 pages, but it helps your customer know why it is you do what you do. Let's say you're out there booking travel. I know that this is my travel agent, because she's been through some things, and she doesn't look like what she's been through. So if she doesn't look like what she's been through, why wouldn't I go to her to book my Amtrak excursion? Because I know I might have said, oh, well, I'm going to go to Vegas. Imagine if after the trauma that I've been through, that I took a trip to Vegas this weekend. Where would my mind be right now? I not only would I have this patch of gray, my whole head, I'd be coming back with a head full of white hair. So I know to go to a travel agent, if she looks good, and I want, because you know how we look at people's page and we like, I want that Facebook page. I want to be on that sandy beach. I want to be staying in the what do you call that? The cabin with the clear floor with the water. You can look down and see the sharks running around. I want to be eating I don't want to be eating at the buffet that over here. I want to go to the buffets that she went on. I want some of that food. So her Facebook page was my escape. Reading her book is my discovery. And Rejuvenate. And you notice when I got to the Rejuvenate chapter, it's literally a page. It's literally just telling you to just do it. And in Rejuvenate part, it's the meaning of it all. We all get to that point. We want to know the meaning of it all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, she says. Oh my, I put together an awesome package for Las Vegas, October 2018. And then the incident. Yeah. And that's why you have to know. Because now, and this is why I tell you guys why you have to be real time in your social media. You can't schedule it all. You know, just imagine if she had started running Facebook ads or social media ads, or just imagine if she had automated posts out there for Vegas stuff to run. As a travel agent, people will be blasting her right now because you wouldn't have any control over that, because you don't schedule all these posts to run and you're advertising, you know, not her, she didn't do it. But just imagine if you're looking at your timeline, all these people out here using these bots and things like that. Now the bots know that if Vegas is trending, run a Vegas ad, right? But that's not what you need to do. That's why you need to stay on top of your social media, and you need to know what you need to do it in real time. It's okay to run some generic stuff, but you need to be very careful with that. Like she said, she had a Vegas package, but she had to pull that because now we need to be going the opposite way. You need to be looking at this is why another reason why you need a travel agent, so that you understand, because some of the airports were getting ready to change up the security measures where you could now go to the gate with family and friends again. A couple of the airports were getting ready to adopt that. Is that going to change? Some of the other countries are locking down on whether or not you can go. I think there was a news item about some things happening to Americans in Cuba. Hey, Brandon, and Brandon has some stuff too. I participated in. So there are those who are in Cuba. They were talking about security for Americans in Cuba, that Cuba is not providing security. So you need to know, you need to be able to get on the phone, or your travel agent need to be able to call you and say, listen, some things has changed. You had an excursion to this place or an excursion to that place. If you're not a news junkie, or if you're not keeping tabs on that. And a lot of times, if you think about it, there were people at that concert that people, like, say if I had a friend at the concert and I'm over here watching, because I know I came home at 2:00 in the morning because the news, this happened on a Sunday evening, and the stations are not staffed on a Sunday evening. So everybody was trying to turn on the news to see what's going on. But if you weren't watching Periscope or Facebook Lives of friends who were at the concert live streaming, you wouldn't know that those were actual bullets, right? There are people just yesterday's going around. What happened in Vegas? Because they're not news junkies. They still don't know that something happened in Vegas. They're still getting on planes going to Vegas. So if you don't have a travel agent, and that travel agent, you're taking doing all this travel, that travel agent can't get to you and immediately change up your travel plans, or immediately change up or let you know, or alert you. That's why you need a travel agent. And for the most part, there's no cost to even having a travel agent. Now, with the consulting, depending on what to booking with them and all that kind of stuff, they're paid by the industry. But consulting and planning and things like that, there may be some charge, because time is money. And some of y'all be like, okay, I want to change this, I want to change that. You go in for the cheapest package, but then you really want the premium service. People pay for premium, okay? People pay for convenience, and people pay for premium. We got to do better with the hospitality industry, people. We just got to do better with the hospitality industry. What am I lemonade at? I'm not drinking lemonade because it's shade. I'm drinking lemonade because I'm thirsty. But we have to do better with our hospitality industry, and that's why you need a travel agent. I don't care if you're just going on the mega bus. You need to know if you right now, for safety and security, somebody needs to know where you are at all times. There are people right now who didn't know the travel plans of their friends, because you know what they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. There are people who went to work on Monday morning looking for a coworker in the next cubicle, and the coworker, the companies now marked them as a no call, no show, because nobody know they were in Vegas. Nobody knows they were harmed or in the hospital in Vegas. Nobody knows that you don't know. But when you have a travel agent, okay, look how fast they found the shooter's girlfriend and got her back here to the U.S. and ask her all these questions. I recommend it. Brandon, how you coming on here? This video is for Harmony Travel Getaways, okay? So and this particular book is by Demetria Bryant, who is a travel agent. And Escape, Discover, Rejuvenate is our book club selection, and we're going to read it and check out. Here's some of the information on the back of her book, and I want you to go to her webpage. Oops, I want you to go to her webpage and check out how she rejuvenates, how she escaped, how she discovered, and how she rejuvenated, so that you can no problem. So that you can begin to do the same thing. This is my new journey. My new journey is going to be travel as I face the empty nest. Y'all are funny. How as an empty nester, because okay, what I just went through with DryerBuzz, and then the kids is like look how quiet my house is. My house ain't been this quiet in 30 years. Okay, no mommy this and none of that. So I didn't know what to do with myself. The first thing I want to do is I want to take the Amtrak. Everybody knows I love trains. And I want to take the Amtrak fall trip, going through the trees and watching the trees. If climate change is going to allow the trees to change colors. But I want that to be my fall trip. And then, of course, got to get some stamps in the passport. Since I had to pack it away when Mama got sick. Mama Buzz got sick. So I need to pull the passport back out. I need to get some stamps on that. We didn't get a battery warning, guys. So I'm going to swap my battery right quick. So let me do that so we can just at least have time to say goodbye. Again, this video is called This Ain't That Book Club. We started over the summer. No buzz in the house. Right, no buzz in the house. Over the summer, we started the book club. We created not only a basket of books, because we ended up with a crate of books of the selections that we did this summer. And I asked you guys if you wanted to continue on into the fall. And I said, well, you know what? I got a lot of friends with books. Instead of going always to the bookstore and buying new books. We discovered some great books, but I got a lot of books that are by friends. And so what we're going to do is we're going to shop those books, and we're going to support those books. This week, our friend and travel agent, Demetria Bryant, if you missed the reading we did part of chapter 1. This ain't that book club. We don't read the book from cover to cover. We explore the book. We put it in the basket of books, which I have here on my desk. We love books that read like blogs. We love books that we can just grab out of the basket and go right. Hey, Cole Parker, we love books that read like blogs. We love books that we can just grab it and just, whoa, $1,236. Wait a minute, what I missed? All nicely wrapped in beautiful bow. The orders were pouring in and my prices were fair, yet yielded a nice profit. Total sales were $1,236 from the same case of chocolate purchased at Christmas sale. That girl is telling y'all how to make the money. Whoa, wait. What? 5 holidays, 1 case of chocolate plus additional supplies totaling $300, and I made close to $5,000. That New York hustle don't be playing. Okay, I had a thriving business that needed an aggressive business plan and marketing goals for Christmas. Okay. Besides goal setting in the chocolate business, I had to set goals for my health. And the utmost important was losing weight. What? Lose weight and making chocolate? That is an oxymoron. Tell me about it. Okay. Becoming a food blogger. I put on 30 pounds. Them food bloggers don't eat. They don't eat. They just taking pictures of food. I ate everything I took a picture of. And I'm like, don't feed a blogger. Don't feed a blogger no more. Tristine Ruffin, how are you? Thank you so much for jumping in. This ain't that book club. We just selected our book for the week. It is a mini book. And I'm in one of my customers for 27 Essence to Create Buzz, and she learned from the section where I said your book is your business card, because people want to know so much about you. And if you're not doing social media or web presence or websites, or if you are out networking and you have your business card, put your business card in your book. See, it's just a little bit of a book on her business, and it costs, she can easily read, as you saw from reading her book, she knows all about reimbursing her costs. But yet this is something that people are going to keep, where they may not keep your business card, they will keep your book. I ended up, because of the title of her book, I ended up putting her book on my bookshelf right next to the Dalai Lama. And so this morning when I needed some spirituality and some understanding, I went to go reach for my Dalai Lama book, and I was like, wow, that's Demetria's book. And I ended up reading her book instead. And I said, well, wait, instead of reading it, let me go ahead and read it on This Ain't That Book Club, because we hadn't had a chance to do it, This Ain't That Book Club. And so we made it the selection for this week. And I was excited to surprise her with this, that we are reading. You know what I would love to see? A photo. I would love to see some photos. And I know and this is probably a series, a book in a series. And you should have a series of books. But again, the catalogs. I know in the travel industry, you guys have catalogs up the wazoo. But I would love to see some pictures. And if I were you, in your next print, maybe a page or two, in the transition of, and that's the good thing about printing. Oh, the world above the dining room table. She talked about Paris. Oh my God, I so want to go. I want to go and blog. I'm telling you. But yeah, I would do that. Maybe inside the back cover or some, just a couple other pictures within the transition. And the good thing about publishing today, especially if you're using Amazon, CreateSpace, or any of the print on demands, it's easy to revise the book. But you have such a beautiful picture here on the front cover, and then she's got pictures on the back cover. It just makes you want to see more. Or clearly an invitation to go, like you have space here, clearly an invitation to go and find you online. That would be it. And you probably have it right here. There she is right there. So she has all of her pages and information on the back page. Maybe just one more picture or something, I think. And then let's see, Demetria currently escorts small groups of women around the world to experience ancient and natural techniques on how to alleviate stress. Oh, that's right. She has her Soulful Journey Getaways. So go to her Facebook page. Let me read that for those of you that don't have the book. Harmony Travel Getaways LLC. Harmony Travel Getaways with an S.com. Soulful Journey Retreats. And then she's got Demetria at harmonytravelgetaways.com is her email. And on Facebook is Harmony Travel Getaways. Demetria Bryant has a master's in education, was born in Brooklyn, New York, and raised a young adult in Long Island. She attended Nassau Community College and obtained her BA in American Studies from Hofstra I'm not New York. I don't know how to say that. University, and her master's degree in special education from Grand Canyon University. She is currently a reading teacher in Douglas County, Georgia, and owner of Harmony Travel Getaways. Demetria's love for travel extends to numerous destinations and product lines of travel services. She has additional certifications from the renowned International Tour Management Institute, ITMI, in San Francisco as a tour guide, tour director, tour guide, and the Travel Institute Wellbeing Specialist Program. In an effort to further understand her life purpose in education and travel, she completed her wellness certification and is a certified stress management coach, CSMC, through the Spencer Ellis Institute in Rancho Santa, what is that? Margarita, California. Am I saying that right? She currently escorts women around the world to experience ancient and natural techniques in relieving stress. Her stress management program offers a variety of natural and holistic well-being services. And she also does services, I think the Reiki services and so forth as well. If you want to get, I mean, no matter where you are, no matter where you want to be, I think Demetria can help you get there. And so thank you so much, Demetria, for putting this book in my hand, for signing it to me. To Yolanda, if you only knew how much I appreciate you, truly an inspiration. Enjoy your journey. Remember, the journey awakens the soul. Love, Demetria, the author of Escape, Rejuvenate, Let Travel Be Your Cure. Did I say that right before? Let travel be your cure. All right, guys, that's been another edition of This Ain't That Book Club. And the reason why we call it This Ain't That Book Club, because not only do we explore books, we explore music and film and DVDs, all matters of media and mediums, and of course supporting major authors like the Dalai Lama, Desmond Tutu, to Kevin Hart, Trevor Noah, down to friends such as Zakia Ringo and Demetria Bryant. So for the rest of the week, when I come on and I'll do a video here and there, we'll explore her book, or we'll talk about it in the chapter. Ooh, The Last Supper. Wait, what happened? I just saw something say The Last Supper. Oh no, wait. Where'd it go? Okay, she's talking about Da Vinci. Okay. Lord have mercy. We did manage to leave Milan for a day to visit. Girl, a trip to Switzerland. We got to get us a travel agent, y'all. So this video is actually going to be live on YouTube in just moments. It's going to be live. It's already been live on DryerBuzz.com, live on Facebook and other platforms. But for every occasion, give a person a book. For every occasion, give a child a basket of books. Explore, learn to explore the world. When you can read, your world has no limits. All right. This ain't that book club. I'm Yolanda, editor, super blogger at DryerBuzz.com. And I'll be back with more books from This Ain't That Book Club. Y'all have a great day. All right. Bye. All right, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching another edition of This Ain't That Book Club behind the scenes. Also, and I can go ahead and save that. I don't have to post it. Oh, so good. I don't have to work with that. Also, guys, on YouTube, if you look at our YouTube channel, you're gonna see several different versions of videos that we do. I also do one called It's All Blogging. And that when I talk about blogging, because that's the main question people ask me, is how to create a blog. And also, I'm the author of 27 Answers to Create Buzz, which is available on Amazon. You can also go to DryerBuzz.com and get a copy. And what's the other video that we do? I also do, I think that's pretty much it on YouTube. I also do a podcast called Breakfast with DryerBuzz. So there's 3 different series of books. There's 3 different playlists that we are currently running on YouTube. And now we're bringing back, now that YouTube is your friendly, oh my God, look at that time. Okay, we got to get out of here. We also are doing, what was I going to say? I forgot. But anyway, This Ain't That Book Club is one channel, one series on our YouTube channel. It's All Blogging is another one, and then also Breakfast with DryerBuzz is just basically a video of me doing a podcast where we talk about everything, all things to buzz, and other reasons to buzz, DryerBuzz.com. All right, this channel is part of a wonderful blog, 16-year blog. We're in our 16th year of blogging about Atlanta and beyond. We facilitate the conversations you have in the barbershops and the salon, and you can take that experience with you all week till you get back to the barbershop and the salon. And if you want to have a great debate around the water cooler or in the barbershops and the salon, then you need to follow the buzz, DryerBuzz.com, where we over there now talking about Trump. Okay. All right, guys. Bye. Love y'all. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.